Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're going to have a quick update and stick around to the end of this update because I have a special message for a subscriber, or not a subscriber, but a supporter of the station. All right, so let's look real quick here. All right, well, there's Bitcoin. That's as good a place to start as any. There's a 30-minute chart of Bitcoin. You can see here there's two trading ranges we've been going between in this time frame, 82 and 84,000. The bulls have captured the higher trading range. There's still yet a higher trading range you can't see on this chart, but you can see on longer time trading frames at 94, 95,000, something like that. So I think that's where the bulls are ultimately trying to go. Pretty boring day in the market. Like I mentioned in the morning show, I have a friend that has a golf tournament, and I am helping him do some work, and some more stuff came up. So that's why I'm keeping this update short. I'm going to be helping him all afternoon, but I'll be in Discord if you guys need to talk. Look at the SPY right here, how the 30-minute time frame is exactly on the 200 period moving average. It doesn't have to be daily to look at the 200 period moving average. I use shorter times all the time. You can say that the 30-minute chart of the SPY is in a bear market. I can say this. I don't know if you want to say this, when it's under the 200-day moving average. It doesn't have to be the 30-minute could be in a bear market when the rest of the thing's in a bull market. You can catch some quick little pullbacks that way. Anyway, but we've been in a bear market as far as on the 30-minute goes, which is a good time to be short. We've been in a bear market. We lost the 30-minute on February 21st, and you haven't wanted any part of it since. They captured back the 200 period moving average for 2 days, but it was a fake out. And then we went back under it and we rallied back up to it, but it's turned into resistance. Now we're going to see, it was resistance right here. Is it going to be resistance right here, or the bull's going to be able to get through this? We'll keep an eye on this. And even if the bulls do get through this, I'm worried about this gap area up here. This orange box between 548 and 560. That's one of the tariff announcements. And I think if we get back inside that box and falter, probably a good chance to maybe buy puts. I'm not saying for a bear market, but for a trade. Remember, this is just a 30-minute chart on a 30. Jackson, on a 30-minute chart, I mean, on a daily chart, when I do a trade, I maybe give it 20 days to play out, 10 or 20 days, 30 days maybe. It's the same thing on the 30-minute chart. I do the same type of trade. I need 20 or 30 bars typically, 20 or 30-minute bars. So what does that equal? That's there's 13 30-minute bars in a day. So that's, 2 days worth. The market moves in every time frame. I just think you have to figure out one of them. You don't have to master all of them. I look at the daily time frame, and then I look at the 30-minute. Okay, now on the 30-minute, the Qs have actually taken back their 30-minute moving, or their 200 period moving average, but they did it the other day too, and it was met by sellers. They did it the other day, and there were sellers there, and the other day. So we'll see. This is when people talk about the order flow or the price action. The price action's been bad for bulls lately. Outside of that one face ripping day up, it's been a bad month for bulls. Come here, Jackson. What are you doing? Hi, Jackson. You want some food? Jackson, you want to say hi? Come here. Do you want to say hi? Would you like to say hi? Oh, yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir. Oh, this doggy's good. This dog is so good. Okay. Now let's look at some other stuff. But pretty much it's a boring day on the charts. Here's the GPTY verse. This looks really good. Look, GPTY is up by a percentage point. Everything in its universe is up, including Planeteer. Which is great to see. The things that are down aren't down very much. Facebook's down a little bit, not even a full percent. All right, beautiful. We can deal with this kind of action. we're getting back into more what I would call a normal market. The only caveat I would say to that is the daily average needs to take back the 200 period moving average before I get super bullish. But anyway, okay, so let's check out some of these other ones. This one's having a bad day because this stock, I always forget the name, Applied Digital or something, had earnings, and evidently it was not a great earnings report. APLD, or it wasn't received well by the public. Gosh darn, all the way down to $3. Maybe a goodwill candidate, though. To me, a goodwill candidate's anything that has potential to trade at 50 or 100 someday in 5 or 10 years, but it now is under 20, or lowest possible, really. But 20 to 30 is a great place. Something like SoFi. This is a good example of what I would call a will candidate. It has some potential for the future. Mara is another one. But the most important thing is they have liquid options. SoFi and Mara, they have liquid options. But if something's wrong and you get caught holding the bag on it, it's only a $10 stock. So what are you going to lose? $1,000 for each 100 shares? It's not a lot of risk, but this stock does have potential. In 10 years, you could see this stock being at 50 or not. But I mean, it has that kind of potential, in my opinion. Mara, I don't know about the 10 years being at 50, but it has really liquid options and it's a reasonable price. So those are goodwill candidates, in my opinion. All right. So what else should we look at? We looked at the GPTY verse. Let's just look at the Altiverse from in here. ULTY is my favorite fund, but right now GPTY is my favorite, but I like Alti also, but my Alti spreadsheet's messed up. So let's just look at it right here. Alti itself is up 1% today. You can see it right there. But you can see the 1 year total return is down 15%. So it hasn't been a great, it's definitely a risk on fund. Anyway, they have a bunch of leverage stuff. Look at this: leverage NASDAQ, Tesla, NVIDIA, Planeteer. Boy, Planeteer's doing well today. MicroStrategies, GameStop. GameStop's an example of a will type stock. Liquid options, under 20, has the potential to be higher. Hell, it's been 300. I realized it wasn't really there. It was a short squeeze, but I mean, GameStop's a decent one. I would prefer one that's a little bit more fundamentally sound. There's Robinhood. And anyway, these are the shares they have right now. And this one's been hurting them. And TNA, that's the triple leverage small caps. And small caps have had a bad quarter, and that's triple leverage. This fund dropped from 45 to 22. All right. Let's look at the index buffer report. The index buffer report. All right. LifeSpy looks good. Look at this: WDTE, FEET, 5E, FIRS, the Fire branded fund. Great job, guys. That FIRS does well a lot of the time, and I never hear anyone talk about it. But that's why we watch stuff like this. Maybe I need to look into it. SpyEye, I love SpyEye. iSpy. There's all of these ones on here I like. There's none of these on here that I wouldn't use in some circumstances. Yeah. If it's something I really don't like, it generally doesn't make this. The ones we talk about all the time are ones I kind of like YMAX, YMAG, ULTY, GPTY. Look, all the ones that we talk about all the time are doing great. I don't talk about Z-Vol and S-Vol, but they're doing great, and I'm glad to see that. THTA is the only one that's down. Let's look at that real quick. I know I said this wasn't going to be a long update. It's kind of turning into one. THTA, but right after this, we're going to get to the other section. You guys do remember I told you that I said don't panic sell it because it's really higher. The real price isn't there. That was an overreaction. But I motioned up here around 15 or 16. And I said, the real price is here, which is bad enough. But I didn't want to see you guys blown out at 13. But that's just a picking up pennies in front of a steamroller kind of fund. I've never understood those. They do iron condors. I don't like iron condors. I don't like that type of, I don't like that type of return structure. What I like to do is trying to think of an example of it. Covered calls and sell puts, but you do bullish strategies. So at least when the market goes up, we haven't had the market going up lately, but I like strategies where that when the market goes up, they're able to go up too. Like, hang on here. There we have it. QILD. That's all I expect from a covered call. So just creep up when the market's going up. You have to give me some type of performance. It has to perform with the market. And you could see this bottom in late 22, then in 2023, and they sell covered calls, so they don't get a lot of upside, but they the price at least creeped up from 16 to 19 until the big freaking volatility event happened, and now we're back down here. We're down to 17. But I like the return structure like this. Hey guys, two of my biggest supporters on this channel is my sister and my brother-in-law too. I talk about my brother-in-law all the time. Both my brother-in-laws, actually, both my brother-in-laws are huge influences on me. One event, it is my sister's birthday today. She's 2.5 years younger than me, and here's a picture of us. I think this is probably late 70s, early 80s. Here's a picture of my sister and I vacationing in California. We always vacation in California. We have family out there, but I think this was San Jose, an outdoor airport, typical. I see a DC-10 back there, so it could have been LAX, but I don't think I think it's probably San Jose. Anyway, it's her birthday today. Like I say, she's a big supporter of the show, her and my brother-in-law both. So please put happy birthday, Jetty, in the comments, and I would really appreciate that. All right, guys. Well, that's it. I'm going to let you guys get out of here, and I'm going to go work on that other project that's not related to the market that I was talking about. But like I say, I'll be available on Discord, and we can talk tonight. It'll probably take me the rest of the day to do this other project, but I'm going to tell you the stuff I'm watching today. I'm going to be watching this 30-minute chart of the NASDAQ, and I'm going to be watching the 30-minute chart of the S&P and the SPY, and I really want this to close at least on top of the 200-day, preferably on the highs of the day. Preferably, I would like it to close on the other side of this orange box. If we could get a rally in the NASDAQ through this area where we suspect sellers are there and the sellers don't come out. So far, the sellers have been there. We got right there. Boom, the sellers came out. Boom, now the sellers have come out again. Bulls want to get this freaking thing through this area. It's a low volume node, and that's where these sellers are hanging out. You see right there. Bulls want to get it through this area and up here into higher balance. 468 would be great for starts, but bulls are really aiming for 478. So if you're a bull and you think the bulls can do it, 468 or 478 might be decent places to aim option trades for. But that's what I'm going to be keeping an eye on. I'm going to watch this while I'm doing that other work. All right, guys, well, I appreciate it. And like I say, thank you so much for wishing my sister a happy birthday. And sis, if you're still watching this, I doubt she is. Happy birthday, and I love you. All right, see you later. Bye.